Okay, so we are here. So with the approach we've used, we said you are going to land on the home page. Then on the home page, you are likely going to, see something that says upload image. Then this comes up, then it takes you to this screen where we will now finalize. But we didn't get to use so many things that are actually inside the design system. So I'm actually thinking we will do this, but it's not going to take time because I just want to support and also how the design system can make it faster. So remember, we've not done the website. That's the main place people are going to come and upload their images. So we entered directly inside the app. So I think we should just stick to the original plan. So I'm going to start. So let me push this here. But before we continue, does anyone have any question? Like I said, we are just using this to see how to go from idea to final product. Okay, idea to final product. And we can see we started from an idea that allows people to view that allows people to search for someone that looks like them, right? By basically uploading their picture. And we started designing. So what I want us to do now is to start with the homepage. So let's start with the website, but everything remains the same. Okay, so when you're on the website, on the hero section, you can see this upload image, and once you click on it, then we'll continue with this flow. Once you click on it, this comes up, then this, then before it gives you this screen, it will now ask you to log in if you don't already have login. So it's still the same flow. Instead, I just want us to work on the website, and you will see it's not going to take up to minutes to do that. Okay, Destiny, go ahead. I like answering questions that are actually outside the scope because you can't obviously learn everything in 3 months, but with asking questions, you get to get more knowledge. Go ahead, Destiny.
All right. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's really good. You speak.
Yeah, can you hear me, sir? Hello, can you hear me? All right. So,
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
okay. I did my research on monochromatic colors. So, and then I've actually been confused
Yeah.
because when trying to write, they were like, where they created the field was 230. So, and then because that blue color, it feels cold. So creating monochromatic colors there just suited for that color. So but then my question is that if I want to make use of, let's say, red or any other color per se aside from blue, can I actually still create monochromatic color in those? So that's my question in this picture.
Of course, you can. Yes, you can. You can. You can.
Okay, sir. Okay, then if I can, then because I actually tried something, trying creating monochromatic color with, let's say, yellow color, and then I discovered that my grays for, let's say, for our secondary text for the monochromatic color under blue, I discovered that the grays is just a kind of suiting to our, like, your normal neutral grays. So but when I'm using yellow color, it's giving me this tint of yellow, and it's not actually making sense when I'm. How do one go about that in that situation?
Well, whenever you say monochromatic color, you are simply referring to using one color on your design as against using like maybe multiple color. Okay. So, and it's very related to what you call flat design. So let's see monochromatic color scheme app. So let's go to images. Uh, okay. So let's take a look at this design. This is basically one color, black and white. It's monochromatic. Let's also take a look at, I'm trying to really see good examples I can use. Okay, this design is also monochromatic. Okay, this color palette is also monochromatic. So mono simply means one. So when you say you are designing an app, okay, let's take a look at this one too. This is also kind of monochromatic. So when you are saying you are designing a monochromatic app, color scheme is basically one color, and you can generate different shades. So if you are using yellow, so you have to also use your sense, right? Because you have to test colors. Now, if I use pure yellow, okay, let's look at this thing. What's their name? Lagos Bistro. I'm supposed to use branding. Okay, so Lagos Bistro as well is basically yellow and black. Now, if you want to use yellow, make sure the primary one you are starting with is this type of yellow. Let's also take a look at MTN color scheme. Okay, you don't want to use those extremely bright yellow. Okay, this is also MTN, but they use the white and black. Let's also check this website, MailChimp. Okay, MailChimp. I'm just trying to show you guys lots of examples so you can have so many references because you mentioned yellow. So this is it. Okay, so when we also say monochromatic, it does not mean your text is going to be yellow. Okay, it does not mean you are going to use the dark shade of that yellow. Now notice that none of them is using this extremely shouty yellow. So this is another one here. So what you want to do is to make sure, okay, let me admit someone, welcome Prince Will. Okay, so if you have your color here, what you want to do, you can see right here on hue HSL, this is where you find yellow. Okay, around this area. Now you want to stick to around here. You don't want to go too far, because if you are here now, you can see that this type of yellow, if you want to do monochromatic here, okay, it must mix with very dark colors to really come out. And sometimes it can be extremely shouty, especially when you use it on full background, but that doesn't mean you can't use it. So the best way is to come closer a little bit here. Okay, so this is still yellow. You can see where I am on the hue. So I'm not going too much on the green, not too much on the red. So this is yellow. And from here, I can start creating my monochromatic scheme. So I can use that monochromatic color generator, copy this color, go there and generate it. Or I can just start increasing the saturation here. So this is hue, color, and saturation. So, you know, the more we increase, the brighter it becomes on the lightness, and the more we decrease, the darker it becomes. So for this one, I move 72. Okay, so you can see I have that there. And this one, from 72, I can move to 82, depending on how many shades you want. I just want 3 shades, okay? 72 to 82. Okay, now let me get my background color. For my background color, I want it to be almost white. Then, okay. Now remember, you can do this first, but it's always good as you are designing, you are getting the colors and using them. Okay, so let's go around 94. Let's even do 90, 95 or 96. Okay, now for the dark tones, you select this. So I'm just going to do one tone, so I'll show you how to use them. Okay, I think I talked about this earlier, but I'm just going to repeat it. So for the dark shades, I'm going to go lower, right? I'm going to go lower. So instead of 62, let me just go to the darkest one I can find. Like if I use 25 here, okay, good. Now let me go to the darkest one, which I can now use for text. Okay, I can now use this one for text. Remember, I'm also testing it because at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, then it won't. So 25 here, I can just use 8. Okay, I can even go 4. I think it's too dark. So let's do 6. Okay. Now with this, now you are set. When you want to start designing, you always want to make sure you apply the 60-30-10 rule, which means any section you are designing, you have 60 as the one color that will be 60, another color that will be 30, and another color that will be 10, right? If you have accent color, then it could be maybe if you have like 2 colors and then you also have an accent color, then you could do 60, 30, 5, 5, or 60, 20, 10, 10. Okay. But how do you now apply this color? So if I'm working on a, a sign up screen, for instance, I can go with my iPhone 13. Okay. If I go with my iPhone 13, this comes up here. Okay. This comes up here. Then for my background, I always want to use, maybe for my splash screen now, for my splash screen, I can say, okay, for my splash screen, let me use our primary color as the word 60. And here we can have our logo. Now this our logo can now be this color. So it's all about you testing this color or this color. I seen it. Now for a screen whereby I want to use like a sign up screen, okay? For a sign up screen, I can now make this one very light, which is this, okay? Now for my button, I can switch to this. Then for my text, I can use these ones for text. So you want to keep testing it. Now, if I want to make like a gradient, okay, if I want to make like a gradient, I can also select this, come in here, okay, go to gradient. For the second color, I click on it and I select this. I can use this one a little bit, okay. But you need to keep testing it, okay. You see what you have. So what I would probably do if this was a real project is to go on and make this one a little bit darker so it can always work. So 60, 60, 30, 10. Do you get it now? Rem, are you there? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I understand what you meant. So, but another question: what if I want to use let me say blue as my hue with this particular yellow? So, but what I want to do, the use case of the blue is I want to use it for my maybe my secondary text. That is not the primary text now, not the headers. Let me say the body and secondary text. In that particular case now, what we want call it? Can one still call it using monochromatic colors?
No, no, no.
So because I'm
Monochromatic
actually
color
borrowing
must
from
be
two.
one. Monochromatic color must be one color. It's one color. Like when you check monochromatic colors, the hue is usually the same. Okay. If I open this up, you can see the hue is still 43. It must be the same color, but different shades, 43. Once you introduce another color into your design, then it's no longer monochromatic, right? So you can go and explore some flat designs and see where they use lots of monochromatic color. So you can't introduce blue, whatever. I don't even think blue and yellow matches. Okay. Another way, if you don't know how to check if a color matches, you can always do a Google search for something related to what you want to do and see the kind of colors other people are using. But chances are, whoever you are going to remember, we are not brand identity designers, we are a product designer. So chances are the business would already have a logo. If MTN hires you today as a product designer, you are going to be using the existing color. You can't change the color. But let's say it's a brand new company, they don't have anyone, they are the one doing everything from scratch. You can always explore those color psychology, or you check similar app and see what they're using. Or you can always ask the owner of the app if they are emotionally connected to any color, so you can use it. Because some people already have colors in mind. So it always makes sense to ask them at the beginning so that you don't go and finish design. And they said, no, my wife said we should use purple. And also that is where designing with styles come in, because you can actually finish the design and then they say, we don't like this purple anymore. Let's make it green. So if you use styles, all you need to do is to go to the main color and change it to green. And everywhere you have those colors, they change to green easily. Okay?
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's start with the site now. So for the site, I'm just going to get another header. Okay. So on the site, we'll just have, let's do landing page here. Okay. Landing page. Okay. So from here, assets. So you see, I'm going to look for heading. Okay. Heading or header. What is it? Header. So like I said, explore this system so that you can use it for some designs. If you just want to post designs on Twitter, it's very important you look very good online. Okay. But remember, you must not use it for all your project. There are some projects that require you to create from scratch, especially exploratory projects. Maybe you are trying to see how to replicate a 3D object in Figma, right? You can bring in the 3D object and try tracing it. Maybe if you are trying to learn how to do some illustrations, you can bring in an illustration of anything and then try using the pencil to trace it. Those are called exploratory design, okay? So for here, we're just going to change this logo. Okay, we are going to change this logo now to our, let's go back to local. Let's go to local components and we should have the logo there. Oops. I think it should be under components, brand logo. Okay. So another U. And then here, let's choose our type of header. So from here, you can explore different headers. So that's why I want us to really explore this thing. So let's see one. So you can see it's having another U here and the menu here. So you can see this type. So if you want this type, use it. But what we just want is a header with home. Okay. A header with home. Oops. So I'm coming. Let me switch some of these things off. Okay. So what we need is a header with home and some other links. So you can always unlink all these things and repurpose them. And what we're working on is on our tablet, is on our desktop. So let's see number 2. Okay, let's check out number 3. Okay. So the one I'm just looking for is something very with the menu. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay, let's try this one. So we already on the home, no need. We can always come in here. Okay, come in here and we want to go ahead and hide this one. So go to layer, we don't need it. We don't want to show notification. We can hide 1. Okay, we can hide messaging 2, and then we can hide this this one 3. So we have this, and then for this we can have, we still have our login here. Oops. Let's do sign up / login. Okay. And here we can also have that upload photo. Upload photo. So I've already shown you guys how you can actually get some inspiration if you want. Right. So the next thing we want to do here is, oops, I thought I changed. Okay, I changed it on the other one. So let me select this logo and switch to our logo. Who want chop our data finish? If now you on video, please turn it off. So here, let's go to local components. I want to go to component and I want to select brand logo. And I don't think we are searching for anything. So I don't think we're searching for anything. So this input food here for search is also going. Okay. Now we have our header. The next thing I want us to do now is to go ahead now and get our hero section. Okay, let me just remove this. Now for hero section, we're just going to have the hero section and a feature section, because if we finish this class and we didn't get to talk about some of these things, you would really miss a lot. So for hero section, now you can check, you can draw some layout on your own, but usually hero section we always include like a title and a caption, a subtitle, a picture, image, and a CTA. Okay, that's a call to action. In some we not have, some might not have pictures. There are hero sections that are just text based, while some might not have subtitles. So it all depends on what you want. So let me go ahead and search for hero. Okay, so if you search hero here, if you search hero, you are going to get some of this. Okay, that's our hero section right there. So with this hero section selected, let me go ahead now and just select it and drag it in. Okay, so I drag it in. It's inserting. Let's wait a little bit. Now, this is where you also want to improve your writing skills. So when it comes to writing, basically, when it comes to the copy of a site, if you are not really good at writing, like I told you, as a designer, you have to be like a generalist. If you're not really good at writing, all you need to do is to keep looking at apps and then study or understand the pattern of how they do their writings. But basically, with UX copywriting, you want to really focus more on making whatever it is, whatever information it is you want to pass, very, very short. People don't have time. Okay, so you want to make it extremely short. So that's just one thing you should know. So you don't want to explain too much, and also you don't want to explain too small that it does not communicate the idea. Remember, I told you guys some of the elements of what will make your design awesome is that to get a good user experience is the way you communicate. Okay, the way you communicate, the way you do some animations, right? The way you do some the way you go from step to step, the way you carry on from step to step, these are the things that will make your design nice. So let's go ahead and put this thing right inside this section. So sometimes if you drop an element, it might not be inside the frame you want. So what you can do is to just drag it in, or just cut and select the frame and then paste it. I just found out that this works for me most of the time. So I'm going to center it properly and also align it to the top. So I'm going to align it to the top, but you can see it's covering our menu bar. So I'm just going to move it down a little bit to the start. Okay. Okay, good. Now, based on what you want, you can choose a hero section that you prefer. So if we're going to have image here and we're going to have captions here, you can choose that. There are so many options here. Okay. There is this center with form, but we don't really need any form right now. Okay, so if this is the one we want, that is absolutely fine. If you want center with link, we can do something like this. Okay, if you want centered with big rating, you want to do something like this. If you want center with badge, you want to also do something like now. As you are using this design system, I want you to also use it to learn how people structure layout. So you can always strip it, you know, remove this thing, the assets, sorry, remove it from, unlink it, right? And check how it was built is the best way to learn. Okay. So let's see. I like this one, but I don't know. Okay. So I also like this one, but I'm thinking if we can get a standard centered stuff. Okay. Let me also see this one, standard split. This is the standard one that a lot of people use. So I think for now, you can use any other one for design. For now, I'm leaning towards this one, or this is very basic. So I'm leaning towards one of these. Nope. Okay. I'm leaning towards one of these. But remember, you can always create another layout. If you don't want this one, you can always create another layout. But I just want to use this to show you guys the layout stuff. Okay, so I might want to go with this one, but I don't like this button here. And I want to go with this one. So here we have our caption, and then here we can add like a picture. But let me see again. Let me see. Center with form. And this one. Okay. Or please, anyone I use, don't use it. Okay. So we can all have last like it be like saying that this one will go for. But you know, you can actually create something like this. It's not difficult. So I think we might just go for this. Okay, but I wanted something centered. So you just click. Okay, I would have actually wanted like a picture. If I wanted to create it from scratch, I would have just gotten a picture round of people, like a globe here. If I have a globe here with picture of people around it, I can just put the center there. Let me go with a centralized center with wait, center. Let me go with this. Okay, let me go with this. So here, if we don't want this guy, if we want this guy, okay, you can just change the text. But if you don't want this guy, you go back to layer. Okay, you go back to layer. That is it there, the overline. You select it, and you want to hide it. Now, why I prefer hiding is so that if I want it, I can always bring it back. Okay, so how should we structure this? Now, if you've never designed something like this before, what you probably want to do is to check similar apps. Remember, we already checked similar app and see how they arrange their communication. Then from there, you can make it nice. Sometimes, if you've not seen something before, it's just difficult for you to visualize it. So I'm going to work on this practically. I already know what to write, but let me just show you. So remember those websites we visited? Um, the Buganga Finder, right? Is that what we searched that day? Okay, this is TwinNet. This is also doppelgangerfinder.com. And if we go there, you can even see that we are even looking better. So no need to open so much. Let it load. Okay, you can see twin strangers. Find your lookalike from anywhere in the world. So you can actually pick this and look for a way to change it. Now, as I'm actually on this site, I can already get more inspiration on what can be done on the site, but we're not going to do that for now. Probably on Friday when we are rounding up the design, we'll do that. For instance, one of the features I like on this app, is this English. So in case someone visiting here is not an English speaking person, they can easily, you know, and okay, no need, these ones are not loading, so no need. So this is what we want. And when you see these twin strangers, find your lookalike from anywhere in the world. Currently, total, blah, blah, blah. Now you can find a way to refactor this communication. Okay. So if you don't really know how to write, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But if you don't really know how to write, I've seen a lot of people that do designs, but they're not very good at communication, but their UI is good. And also, you must not actually know how to even right in some cases, but it's a prerequisite because in most company they will give you the content. So if you're working in a company, the manager, the product manager or the marketing team will always give you content to work with. But what makes you a good designer is this content, they are going to give it to you maybe in Microsoft Word or Google Doc. So it's for you to read it and extract all the whole important information and arrange it well. So twin stranger, find your lookalike from anywhere in the world. So I'm just going to use this one for my own. Instead of saying twin stranger, I'm just going to use this. Find your lookalike. I'm just going to use this here. Okay. So find your lookalike from anywhere around the world. So for this lookalike, I might just highlight it. So just to see what can we do here, we can go with our primary, okay, just to give it a good pair. So now here I can redo this current total. We can do this. So here we can refactor this to say we've helped, okay, we've helped over 2,000. Now 2,000, or let's do 2 million. We've helped over we've helped over 2 million people to find their, we can use that doppelganger here to find their doppelganger. Now I don't want to put this around the world again. So we've helped over 2 million people find their doppelganger. This is your turn. Okay. I think if I need to add anything later, I'll come back. Okay. Now on this place, I'm just going to use 1. I don't need 2. I'm just going to use 1. Upload to start. Now again, communication. Upload photo. We can say upload photo or find your blah 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 or upload to start. Okay, or get started. But I think we should just use upload photo so we don't confuse people. We don't confuse people between this caption and this caption here, so they should be the same thing. So the picture, we are going to be changing this picture. So this is basically a picture, so we're going to be changing this picture. And to change this picture, all I need to do is to come to, let's say, let's go to, okay, let's go to free pick. I'm not sure I'm still able to, I need to create an account. Okay, I need to create an account. So let me go to on Splash. Okay. Okay. Let me just say happy twins. So let's just use twins because we are looking for people that look alike. I don't feel like I really like this picture. That really made so much sense. Okay. So this one is premium, unfortunately. So let's do this for Nigerians. Let's open this up. I really don't think these people look alike. I don't understand this kind of look alike. They don't look alike, I beg. But I really like that picture. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so let's go with download free. Hope it's free download. So download for free. Okay, so it's going to load. And I can come in here, it's loading. So it has loaded. Let me go ahead and preview it. Let me just go ahead and copy it. It's on my system now. So select copy. Then I'm just going to select here. Maybe let me just do this. Okay, mock-up screen. I'm trying to look for the screen here. This is the screen. Okay, open it. So that's why I'm also doing this, so you can see how to change the images so I don't scatter things, except you intentionally want to scatter it. Okay, so this is the screen. So this is screen.change.me. Okay, oops, including this. I actually want to paste this eventually because I don't want this mock-up here. So let me remove the toolbar. Okay, let me hide the toolbar so we have only this image. So one way we can easily change this image is to paste our image. So let's paste our image. If we paste our image, we convert it to a component. Okay, so we can now easily swap it. Okay, so let me use my scale tool. So anytime you employ, you have an image and it's too much, you can always use your scale tool to scale it down. Okay, I think if we place this here, I want to check the size. If we place this here, this is going to work. Okay, so let's see how that works out. So let me just call it twin photo, and convert it to a component. Okay, convert it to a component. And now let's come back here. Select this, and this is the screen we are to change. So I'll just come inside here, this here, and then local components. Okay, I want to go to admin because that's where I'm currently now. I'll say twin photo. So it has actually changed. Okay, so I might want to eventually, I might want to change these things. So let me see, to change. I want to move it up a little bit. So in some cases, you might just want to change it. So I might move it up a little bit later. So here we have this. Let's have this guy, okay? The next one I want to do is how it works, okay? Let's do how it works. So I can come back here and type in how it works. I think they should have something like that. If we can't, okay, how it works. Okay, good. So I select this one, okay? I select this one and select insert, okay? So I do the same thing, cut. And I think from here now, let me select these two. Let me select these two and do Shift A. Remember, we design section by section. So Shift A, I'm going to drag it outside here and call this landing page. Now that picture there, we need to really move it up later on. Landing page, delete this one. Now let's add that section we just got. How it works. How it works. Select the main page and paste. Okay, good. So this is our website. We're going to select this one. And let's see other options. 2-column. Okay. Let's see 3-column. So we already know how it works. Okay, how it works is upload picture, then the system analyzes the picture and link you with your doppelganger. So it's obviously 3 steps. So we're going to be looking for layout with 3 steps. Okay. If you want, you can also use accordion, but I really don't like accordions for this. I want to show all the important information. Okay. So let's go with the other one. So this is actually how this design system can help you design faster. Okay. Okay. So this one, I want it. Okay. Let's go. And I'm just going to change this one to how it works. Okay. Now, after we change all these pictures, okay, upload photo. Photo analysis. Results. Okay, so here we'll just find, so I don't want us to do any button here. I don't want us to do any button here. Okay. Okay, so good. Now, this is the only thing we need for this particular app. Okay, this is the only thing we need. If you want to add more sections, maybe you want to add testimonials, okay, of how people discovered their pens, you can add So if you also come here and you search for testimonials, you are going to see testimonials. Okay. If you want to add how users are rating us, you can also add that. But what I want to go ahead and add here is a footer. Now, one thing with footer, people are always tempted, especially if you're just starting with design. A lot of people are always tempted to use those footers that have a lot of information. Now, the reality is, if you don't really have a lot of information, if your website is not really having so many links, there is no need to have a lot of information on your footer. So, has it pasted? It has not pasted. So I'm selecting this. So if you're also working in a company with the design system, this is how you are to implement it, okay? Because you already have all those components. Now, if you should design a new component, sometimes you might have to take it up with a design lead who will go through it and find out the need to use it, okay? And then they'll publish it on the main tree of the design system. So if you are working and you add anything, make sure you inform the design lead. So here, I'm not going to, because I don't have so many things. So I'm not going to be using all this. I don't want the one with so many options. Remember, once we go to, what's it called? Mobile, it's easy for us to now start, alternate from stack. Nope. Centered with headline. Okay. Okay, I like this one. So now this overline, I'm also going to hide it. So I'm just going to say start searching, find your digital twins, find your twins. Strange. Okay, let's use something here. Find your strange twin, right? Something that's strange thing these people use here. Twin strangers. Okay, find your twin strangers. Now you can also ask ChatGPT to generate content for you. Okay. Okay. For this one later on, we'll just find the content for it. Let's hide this. Oops. Upload photo. Okay, so what's the name of this app again? Another you. And I just discovered if we are going to make the communication look well, we need to find a way to be inserting another you here. Okay, let's just do 2024, another you. Now, that is all. So from here, if you click on any of this, okay, if you click on any of this, it is going to bring up this, okay? And when you upload, it's going to come here. And I'm also thinking, before it brings you, we're going to redo this, okay? Then you have to sign in, okay? Okay, we have to sign in. So let me come to prototype and remove the prototype that is leading from here to here. Okay. And at this point, I don't think this video matches our color scheme again. So I'm just going to remove the video and we're going to use this kind of color, okay, to say sign in. But if you want to use that video, you are free. Let me change the color. This hide. Let's just delete all these things. We're going to use neutral 100. So neutral 100. Okay. Now, one thing with this type of pages, your header you don't want to have your header, okay? But if you want to have your header, you can go ahead and add it, okay? But mostly sign-in pages, you won't see headers on it, okay? But let me just go ahead. Now, it is assumed that once the person, okay, once the person signs in, okay, so let me duplicate. We can even do it a pop-up, but let's start here. Okay, photo match. So let's delete this here. So once the person signs in, they are going to be greeted with this page. So why I'm, like I said, why I'm doing this so that we will actually use some of these components. Make sure your design use elements from here. So sometimes like design systems can be a good starter. You must not use them again, just know. That's why I said your main project, you won't be using it. So let me copy the heading now. Now for the logic of the heading, okay? For the logic of the heading, that means if you've signed up before proceeding here, that means the menu is going to change. So these are some of the things that when most people find on some designers, on some beginner designers design, they will know that, oh, they really don't know how to design yet, okay? So once the person logs in, we are going to hide this sign in. Okay, we are going to hide it. If we want, we can change it to avatar, okay? Because the person have logged in. So it should be an avatar. So let's go ahead and choose avatar. Oops, voila. I think we have an avatar there already. So I'm just going to open it up. Let me see. Left, right, links. Where is that avatar? We used to have an avatar here. Okay. Why isn't it showing? Why is it not showing? Supposed to show. Let me see. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing. I'll need to check this later. Okay, it's showing, but it's under. Ah, I don't know why this is doing this, but let me just come back. So we are going to add an avatar here later on because it needs to show that the person is signed in. Then everything we are using, we're already going to still use this. Okay, we're still going to use this. So find my doppelganger. Now, if you find your doppelganger, you can now duplicate this. Okay, let's duplicate this. And let's come in here. Okay. So I would have converted these things to, so I'm looking for a way. It might not be easy to switch it. So we need to go back to the original design and add an image under so we can easily turn it off. Now, this is one thing you need to know about components. So everything you are likely going to be switching must be under that component. Okay, so let's select this. Let me select this picture first. Okay, let me select that picture. And I'm going to open here up. Open here up. And I'm just going to select here and add the picture. Okay. Okay. But this picture is just going to be under this one. Okay. It's going to be under that one. So let's repeat the same thing here. The idea is, this is just technique that I'm showing you guys. The idea is we want to eventually hide this one to review the other guy. Okay. So open this, paste that picture. And if you don't do it on the main components, you won't see it. So what I want to do now is this is double work. So we're just going to use this, but we can always change the image, the color to just show something different. So here, okay, so here we'll assume you found the match. Match found. Okay. Oops. I mistakenly turned off developer mode. So under match found, okay, we'll just come back to this mask and hide this one. Okay. So if we want, we can introduce a new element. So this where from here, we can now say get details. Okay, we can just say connect with your what's another you. This text is actually long, but I just want it to be communicative. So connect with your stranger twin or something like that. So here we might introduce like an icon to just say match found. Okay, so let me just copy our heading here. Okay, because we want to make sure. Let's copy this one because it's supposed to be inside. Okay, so copy, Control C, and then paste here. Okay. Hooray, match found. So hooray match found sounds so robotic. We found a match. Now, just to make this screen more fun, okay. Just to make this screen more fun, I can come here and just search for confetti background. Now, I hope you guys know what confetti is. So it also makes sense to know some of the names of these things, okay? So you are able to search. Oh, see my confetti. This one a coffin tin. Okay. I'm looking for something very. Nope. This one's extremely serious. Load more. Nope. Now you can also go to Figma community and search for confetti. Okay. So let me just type confetti PNG. Let's search for confetti PNG so we can place it ourselves. Now, I'm just showing you why I decided to use this confetti, because we said something like hooray, right? So we want to show some confetti, but you want it very light. You don't want it everywhere. So I might say, let's take a look at this one. Just to improve. So these are the things we call user experience, right? Because if we just say hooray, we found your match. it might just be somehow. So that's why we decided to say, what, you know what, let's add some confetti, which will add a little bit of, life to the design. Hope this will not ask me to 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 sign up. I don't want to sign up. Download free. I don't want to sign up. I don't want to sign up. Anyway, I don't want to sign up now. I don't care. I will just go ahead. They don't block right click, but I don't want to use now. Wow, it is a wise. So let me just launch this. They blocked this guy too. I've been on my system. Uh-oh. Okay, they blocked this guy, but I'm sure they can't block this one. Where is it? Okay. More tools, developer tools. I really don't want to sign up. I would have just gotten it. So this is it right here. So, but this thing is taking time. Time where I used to do this thing. If I don't use them, download them. If I don't create, if I actually don't create a account and then see the design here. So you can see the link to the design. So let me just go ahead and save it. But don't do this. Make sure you sign up because you can see it's clearly having some kind of watermark. You don't want watermark on your designs, okay? Confetti. Okay. Okay. So I might just go to free pick later and get that image. So here we have another U. Let's select this. And let's go ahead and paste. Ah, I didn't copy it well. So let me delete that. Copy. Okay. So come here and paste. You can see with the design system, we're able to finish this thing within an hour. If you're not using a design system, it will take more time. So that's why most companies invest in design system. And that is something else you can further learn. Okay. Once you've gotten the basics, you can go and learn about design system. We did like a small intro to design system with let me right click, let me send it to back with Spendy. You saw the way we were designing Spendy, right? Like all the elements we were using, we're creating it, creating the variation and reusing them inside the design. That's basically how a design system works. So you can see adding this thing alone has actually increased this page experience. Okay. So here, connect. So if you hit connect, it takes you to the payment page. Okay. If you hit connect, it takes you to the payment page. Then you go ahead and make payments. You're done with this. Now I'm just going to see if they have like a payment form. So I'm just going to search for form. So let's search for form. Let's see form blocks. Let me see form blocks and sats. Hopefully they should have like the one for payments. Okay. This network. Anyway, we are almost done. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. So when you are creating a project for, if you are creating a project for your portfolio, you want to focus on the main screen. You must not do the entire screen. It's not government work, but you want to focus on the most important ones, okay? Credit card amounts. Why no one change? Why is it not changed? Hope I selected the right thing. Okay. Okay, no wonder it's not changing. It's from my network. So type font block. First, let me do 2 and see what we have on 2. Okay, so with this, it's just going to divide itself into 2. So it's not too long. So let's go ahead. I don't want registration. I want payments. Okay. Okay, all the input type. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay. Registration to, let me search for payments. They should have payments because it's a very popular screen and they need to be able to have it there. Payments. Oops. Payments. Okay. It's not here. So what we can do is for this first one, let's take it back to 1 line. Let's take it back to 1. Okay, let's take it back to 1. So for the first one, input field slot 1, we want to change it to a name. Okay, the name. Okay, first name, last name, email address, phone number. Okay, no need for phone number. Let's do full name. Okay, first name, last name. Okay, and for this, no need for email address because you hardly have to do that on payment. Now, if you've never seen a payment form before, you can always go to Mobin and search for payment page. So you can have an idea. Like I keep telling you guys, if you've not done a particular thing, it's difficult for you to even know how to go about it. Okay. With time, you would have done enough design and enough research to really know some of the standards, and you can now come up with your own unique layout. Like I told you guys, after this 3 months training, it's not where you begin to, become a master, right? You are, except you already have like a graphic design background, okay? And so even if you learn it for 1 year, you can never become a master. You can't. Schools that you attend, university, you attend your university for 4 years, 5 years. When you come out, you are still not like a master, right? Any company hiring you, we still need to train you. That's why sometimes some companies are skeptical about hiring entry-level designers. So here is going to be credits. Okay. Here is going to be this is supposed to be BVV and the rest. This is I think this is taking me, this is going to take more time for me to work with like this. So I'm just going to delete it. So you can see most time what you want to do, this might not work. So let me just take the input fields instead, one by one, okay? So let me look for input instead. So this didn't work. Let me look for input. Okay, this is the input we are looking for. We drag it here. Okay, so let's do first name. Oops, we don't want this. We don't want this trailing icon. Let's do first name. Now, I'm doing this because I've done a lot of payments form, okay? First name, but like I said, let's just Like I said, if you don't know how to create a payment form, come here, go to Mobin, or you can even search on Google. But why I like using Mobin is because you are going to see real apps, not really apps by maybe people that are also learning like you. Okay. So the network is quite so, but usually you have your first name. So you change this to enter first name. Okay, I think usually you want to have surname. Okay, you want to have surname. And then I'm just going to duplicate this surname, duplicate this, and then write first name. Some people use full name, okay? If you want to use one, you can say full name, okay? First name. So you want to maintain your, okay? So first name, I'm thinking we should do full name, but let's continue. Here you want to enter your credit card. So I'll change the field. I'll change the field to oops. Which one did I take like this? Okay. I will change this, not the state. I want to change. Oh God. Which one did I use? Oh, mistake. I was supposed to use this particular one. This is the one with all the functionalities. This one, impute field, impute field. Why am I not getting everything? I'm looking for the credit card details. So I want to check. Okay, I went to use drop down impute field. No wonder we saw we got a drop down. I went to use the drop down impute field, which does not include this. So I think it's this one that we're supposed to use. Text field, this one. Okay, this is the one we're supposed to use. I even forgot. I saw the drop down earlier. Okay, let's come here. It's still loading. Okay. So type, let's use defaults, states. I don't want to show the label. No, I don't want to show the helper text. And if I also go inside, I don't want to show the trailing icon. No trailing icon, no leading icon. Okay. I'm going to turn everything off. So select 1, 2, 3. Let me just do enter your name because of time. Let me do enter your name. I don't want to show add-ons. I don't know why this is taking time. I'm trying to click, but it's not responding. Let me zoom backwards. I don't want the helper text. Or am I offline? Maybe it's my network. So let me go back to layer. It's always frustrating when the network is not responding. Okay. Okay. So you can come here and put in, make sure you select web, okay? First of all, we are designing a web. So we want to choose web. And I want to make payments page. So you can see the way the payment page is, but we want to go for something simpler. So we can use this page. Let me open it. So if we use this page here to show what they are trying to pay for, then we can use this page to show the information they are to pay. Okay, you can see. So these people decided to use email, they decided to use the card information, then name on card, and then country, region, and then pay. So we are not using all those. Let me see if this thing is working now. If it's not working, I might just skip this and fix it later on. I don't know why. And I'm not seeing the offline icon right here. Anyway, so far, I might just, later on when this thing starts working, I'll just come here. So, payment screen. Payment screen. I don't know why this is not responding. So immediately we confirm their payments. So everything will happen here. Immediately we confirm their payments. We now show them their doppelgangers information. Strange twin information. So already we talked about all the things we are going to be having, things like their social media, their Facebook, and their email, maybe. So because it's going to be something like this, I'm still going to pick this. Okay. I'm going to copy this, still bring it here, and paste. Now, whenever you are designing, at some point, it becomes easier because you might have created some screen that you likely use. So I'm going to align this now to the left. Okay, align this to the left. Now I might now want to come in here, get my what's it called, my grid, so that I can position this thing well. So basically use your grid to make sure things are properly positioned. Okay. So I might also have to hide this confetti, but if I find out that it will be useful, I can bring it back. Okay. And here we can have their socials, connect with your stranger twin. So there's no need to show this button again now because we are done with it. Okay. So from here, we can just have their socials, their email address. Should we do that? I think, but I don't know why this thing that is hanging. Let me see. So this is what I want to do here. This is hanging, so I'm just going to draw it out. This is what I'm going to do later on. Okay. So I'm going to be having the social and everything, like right here. So you can click on it to connect with them. Maybe their Facebook, their email, their social media page. Okay, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be replacing this. Now, if you're working on a project, if you have the time, you can always, get more things out there, more screens. But it's not usually the more the screen, the better. It's usually the idea, the copywriting, the colors, the fonts, the transitions, the presentation. So on Friday, we'll be doing like the presentation. Okay, so this is how I want this to look like. So I will add this later. So if you click on anyone, it will take you to your twin. So we can technically say that we are done with the main flows of this. Now remember, if you are working on a main app, on a major app, you want to, during your prototype, okay, you want to now design all the negative screens. Like if we didn't find a doppelganger, the screen that says we didn't find a match. Okay, you want to go ahead and design all the payment decline. Maybe if the payment didn't go, payment decline screen. So you want to go ahead and design all those negative screens, because that's how the developer will know exactly what they're supposed to look like and implement it. Okay, so we are technically done. Do you have any questions so far? Remember, the most important thing here was how we were able to go from idea to the designing of the screens. Okay, that's the most important thing you should know. So, any questions so far, or everything is correct? Okay, Sakin, what's your question?
Um, Sorry for the like for the Twin Stranger website. I saw
Mm.
an ad pop up, so I don't know whether I want to worry about that one too. Are we designing the
No, 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 no.
ad?
No, you are not designing the ad, but if you are making a design, you can just use a block to show where ad is supposed to appear. Remember when we talked about uh, how to price this? Remember that's the difference between product design and UI UX. In product design, you might not even, in UI UX, you might not even think of how to monetize the app. Okay, your own is to make sure the solution you have, you create a great experience for it. But in product design, you are also looking at how to monetize the app. You are also looking at how to bring retention. Like we didn't add any feature here for retention. So in product design, you also want to think of what feature can I add to always make sure people come here every day. Are you getting it? Or at least once in a month, because you want people coming back. Although, so sometimes it could be through email. Maybe if they match. So another thing we missed here is we're supposed to show how many percent match. So maybe if the match is like 60, right? Next time we can just email you and say we found an 80% match. Check it out. So you come and check them out. Okay. So we also think of how do we make this product, how do we gamify it? So these are things you need to know as a product designer. Any other question?
Like,
Yeah. Yes, design can be tedious. How do you handle it? Well, if you're already doing a paid job, you can cry and complete the design. Then when month finish, you use your money and take yourself out, eat turkey, and console yourself. The truth is, the tech world looks so nice online, but it can actually be extremely depressing, right? Because you are basically working all the time, and yeah, you are basically working all the time. But if you are not doing a paid job yet, that is where you should always remember why you are learning this. Why you are learning this? Yeah, some people will say it's passion, but I think everybody is trying to learn this to get a better paying job, because the way Nigeria is now, some current entry level job as a graduate, even when you read things like law and the rest, it's around 100,000, 120, which is not really, encouraging. And you go wear suit on top, iron your suit, wear shoe. If you calculate the cost of washing all those things in a month, you find out that you are spending almost 115K, right? And you are left with 5,000. Yes, so design can be tiring. This is where passion comes in. Okay. So that's why every year you have 10,000 people say they want to learn UI UX, but only like 50 will graduate. Okay. So you just have to, there's something called grit. That's what you need to actually push through until you start getting these paid jobs. And for some of you that will be completing your project, we'll definitely make sure we help you land your first paid job. Destiny Rema, go ahead.
All right, thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question, I have two questions. So the first one is, I I want to ask, what if in situations where you want to create designs and then you explored the internet and then you couldn't get the inspiration that suits into that particular design that you want to do. So in that case, do you
Okay.
just pick something randomly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so my question
I
is
can hear
that
you.
in a okay, in a situation where you want to actually design something and then you explore the internet and you couldn't get maybe an inspiration that is suited to that particular design. So in such a situation, what do you advise one to do? Is it that do you just pick something randomly and just design? Do you just pick something randomly
Well,
and
it's
just design?
called.
And then
So yeah,
yeah,
go
then
ahead.
sorry, my second question is now let's say after this boots come down, by the time we start securing jobs, what are the activities we should design. So can you maybe just give us some ideas or some insight to what we're going to be doing for some of these companies that are going to be hiring us? Yeah, thank you.
Mhm. So as for companies that are going to be hiring you, it's easy. You are going to be designing, like if you are working for a company, customers will be requesting for new features. You are going to be designing it. Remember, all these companies, they are out to also make money. Now, if they have a promo going on, you might be assigned to do the landing pages. Okay. If it depends on where you are. If you are on the marketing team, you want to be handling things like all the marketing designs, things like landing pages, email design, all those things. But if you're on the product team, you are mostly going to focus on the features. So if there is a new feature, you have to do it. Now, if they do some testing and discover some features are difficult, you have to now do that design. For instance, if you're working in a SaaS company and during this AI wahala, and they decide, you know what, we want to integrate AI into our product, you are now charged to what, design the AI experience. I get it. You design the AI experience. So that's basically what you'll be doing. You'll be basically working on screens upon screens. Trust me, this app, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This app, if we're making all the screens, we'll be having nothing less than 60. So it's a big job. That's why you see people pay for it. It's a big job. So it's not a small job. It's a big job that will keep you up late at night. Okay. And that's why it's good to also have a 9 to 5. For me personally, I stop 9 to 5. I'm not like a 9 to 5 person, except it's in a very dynamic, changing company. I easily get bored. So that's why I like working on different. So if I'm not working alone, I've always liked to work with design agencies. Okay. But another reason why I don't really like design agencies, it always looks to me, it always looks like monkey they work, babu they chop. In a month, you might work on 5. I'm not saying this to discourage you from going for design agencies. I think I just have big eyes. So I always look like I always feel like I design websites. Maybe I design like 2 websites in a month. And then that 2 websites, they probably charge for maybe 5 or 10 million for it. Then at the end of so that 2 websites like 20M. Then at the end of the month, I'm giving like 400K, right? So although why I always feel like this is because I'm a salesperson. I'm a salesperson and customer service person. First, I'm a sales and customer service person first before a designer. But there are people that are animators first before designers. There are people that are content creators first before designers. So it depends on the kind of person you are. Okay, so that's what you'll be doing. Now, as for handling creative blocks, the best ideas are not discovered when you are in front of Figma. In fact, if you want to always waste your time, come to Figma without anything in your head to do. You will not do anything. So that's why I taught you guys about divergent thinking, right? So most of the time, if I have a design to do, while I'm eating, while I'm showering, while I'm walking on the road, I'm kind of remembering the design and trying to picture, because it's easy to use your imagination than Figma. Then trying to picture how best can I do this. As you're picturing, it might not just work. It might just be early in the morning while you are doing your TikTok. The idea will just come, and then you go and design. Okay, but that doesn't mean you tell your company, say, idea no day. That is why if you see all these big companies, they have all these things they use in playing. So if you're having creative block, you can just go play tennis, or you can just go, just have fun. That's why when you see all these creative companies, they have a lot of things to make sure that creative block is reduced, right? So that productivity can increase. Sometimes that's why they have coffee, they have restaurants around. So for someone like me, if I'm having, no matter the creative block I'm having, if I can see any turkey around, if I eat it, I kind of, get ideas. Now, although this one is quite wrong to say, there are some people that even now when they high, right, then they become creative. But now, see, personally, I don't high, okay? So don't come and say your teacher say, may you go the high, so that you get it. I'm already saying from experience, I know friends that do high, right? So sometimes if they high, they say they are cloud night. Another thing that can help with creative block is also listening to music while working. It works for me all the time, right? That is why one thing I can never do, or one thing I hate doing, is video editing. I hate video editing. That's why I don't create content online. I hate video editing because you can never be editing video and listening to music. So I'm always amazed at how video editors edit video, because all the small correction you'll be doing, you'll be listening to one person's voice 10 times. Eh? If you're editing a video now of 1 hour, you have to personally watch that video more than 5 hours. I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. Because you are going from beginning, this, you don't have music, right? So I really appreciate people that do video editing. Me, I fit it. So that's why I choose the one with my hand reach. Also, if you go and enter the one with your hand no reach, you and creative block will be the same. So that's why I always look at similar apps, okay? But we are here to support you all the way. So even for some people that have been training that even have a job, sometimes we do monthly check-in, weekly check-in. So if there's any place you're having issue online or with your job, or maybe you got a gig and there are some gig you might get and you don't even know where to start, you can always send a DM, okay? So I can help you out. Any other question? Okay. Okay, since there are no other question, I'll go ahead and end the call. But please make sure you redesign these things, okay? Redesign it. Redesign it. It's very important. It's very, very important, because that's the only way you learn, okay? Practice, not just. Now, another thing, please, anytime you want to work on a project, one thing you should never do is to say, I will go and finish the entire project at once. Trust me, you will give up. That is why you want to do your sketching, to know how many frames you are likely going to be designing. Then you can now start saying, okay, today or in the next 1 hour, I'm going to focus on this screen. That's the best way to design. If you say, I want to do all the designs at once, you quit. Because once you start knowing that there's screen upon, you get tired. But if you're handling it one screen at a time, are you getting it? For you. So even in companies, right at once. Okay. I think my network disconnected. So let me go ahead and end the recording. Okay, have a good day, guys. Make sure you complete your screens. Just do these basic ones, okay? Just do these ones. Because these ones, we can use it on our portfolio.